What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lose Your Ass podcast. Very special episode here. We're going to be bringing on a couple wrestlers, Rage and Chaos. Deirdre, give us a little rundown.
They are a father and daughter duo. Chaos is currently Rage's valet. Rage is currently working with the new Pitbulls. They are a tag team duo from that New Evolution Wrestling, which we have been promoting. Big Event 19 with them. This guy is just an absolute animal. He is ripped to shreds and could totally, absolutely take someone's head off with no problem. We're going to get to know them a little bit, get more, more info. Yeah, for sure. More info about Big Event 19 as he will be there with New Evolution Wrestling, which we are now kind of partnered with. They are absolutely awesome. And Rage is a part of that. Rage has kind of been in the tri-state area wrestling for a while, and now he brought his daughter along with him. And we can't wait to have him on, and we are bringing him on right now.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you? How's everything?
Good.
Hey, Rage, how's everything, man?
Good.
Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
So we are so excited to have you on. We've been working with the New Evolution Wrestling, having some wrestlers on. We know Big Event 19 is coming up in November. But we can't wait to get to know you and get to learn a little bit more about your background with wrestling. We watched some of your tape today on your YouTube channel. You're a monster, man. Complete monster.
Thank you.
Complete monster. So I want to start off by asking you, what inspired you to become a wrestler? What was like your main inspiration? What got you going into that direction?
Well, actually, I was a fan, I guess, like everybody else. Yeah. You know, you start off as a fan, watching wrestling on TV. And then what was funny was I would take my son to wrestling shows. And we went to a wrestling show out on the island, and one of the guys stopped us and said, "Are you the talent or are you fans coming in?" So my son laughed and said, "See, Dad, I keep telling you every day, you got to start doing this. You got to train." My son was about 16 at the time.
Oh, wow.
And, and my son started asking all these questions about where can you learn to wrestle and all this other stuff. I said, "Dad, let's do it. Let's do it together." So we went in on it together, and he had college and other things that were more important at the time. So he dropped out, and I just kept going. That was about it.
So you were ripped to shreds even then?
Yeah. I needed a Band-Aid,
I like that.
So, Rage, if you could just define for us your in-ring style and tell us how you came to that style.
Sure. I mean, I'm pretty much just a brawler. I started late, so my age, of course, has a lot to do with how I wrestle. I'm not a high flyer or anything like that. But, I just like to use my mass, my strength, take care of business that way.
That was my backyard wrestling style.
Oh, yeah?
Not do any jumping at all.
I think I was a little more agile when I was a little bit younger, but, slows you down a little bit, but you use what you got,
Yeah. Well, absolutely. You can't tell. You could definitely not tell that your age in the wrestling ring. You are.
Oh, thank you.
That is true.
Can compete with anyone. We actually recently had on Super Nitro, who I know he's been doing like his Instagram championship wrestling. Is there any way we can get like we could start a new Pitbulls versus the Brooklyn Dynasty? Any way we could get that started?
Well, we actually had a match. One of the last shows we did was several tag teams, and we were against them. So I actually almost won the match, except Nitro's brother came in and hit me and pulled me off the
3 count.
I was pinning, and yeah. So I think we got a feud going, me and Gary are kind of pissed, and we definitely want revenge on these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, they have the belts, and we're looking for titles. We're looking to collect the gold, so.
Hey, we wouldn't mind the promo right here that we could post on our page. Right to him. We'll tag him in it.
You want me to do it?
Let's do it.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Listen up, Nitro. Listen up, Brooklyn Dynasty. You got one over on me the last match we had. But remember, when Kaos releases the pit bulls, there's only one goal we have. That's to whip your ass and take the gold. And it doesn't stop there either. Because you can always have your rematches. You can always come after us again and again and again. And the thing is, the beatings are going to get even worse. So come bring it, pals.
Love it.
Move, Nitro.
Rolling them out.
I love it.
On a side note, Nitro's a great guy and his brother. I love those two guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to cut that last part out when you said they're good guys. Got to keep the kayfabe alive.
Exactly.
So, obviously, you're working with your daughter. What has that been like for you? It's got to be an incredible thing.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about like what I would say if you asked me a certain question like that. And actually, it's like so someone said something to me one time where they said, it's not something that you just do. It's a way of life. When you get into professional wrestling, it becomes like a lifestyle, And the best way to go with the lifestyle is I was already married. I have 2 kids. Once I got into it, I actually didn't realize how much of a lifestyle it would become. And then my family started, of course, I would need them as, support. I have a gimmick table. My wife would come and help me sell. So it started to evolve. My daughter always seemed like she was interested in getting involved. She's always been involved with, she was an actress in grammar school. She's always been like up for audience, you know what I mean? So I basically said to her, I says, hey, listen, if you train, why don't you come in? You could be Kaos and you could be my manager or my valet. And she agreed, and she's been awesome at it.
That's great.
James, my buddy over here, he's actually expecting a little girl. Do you have any advice for him?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 more months.
Yes. Get some good war paint, and the first time the guy knocks on the door, make sure you answer it in it.
We were talking about that earlier. We were saying, man, that the guy that comes to that door, he's got to be scared out of his mind.
It's always like, what does your dad think of me?
Yeah. For sure.
So, Rach, if you could tell us, what has been your favorite city to perform in and why?
It would have to be New York. I'll be honest with you. I've been overseas. I've been to Puerto Rico, Canada, but I have to say New York is definitely. I think it's because I'm from there, first of all, and it's just they just seem so electric in New York. You know what I mean? They're more into like the indie scene, which is cool. A lot of dedicated wrestling fans. So you can't pull one over on them. They already know. What if you mess up, they'll let you know, that type of thing.
Without a doubt.
So, yeah. So I got a lot of respect for them.
And you got that New York attitude too, right? So that just
totally.
That helps.
Yeah. After a long day in the ring, what calms you down? What takes the edge off? What calms you down after absolutely, going hard as in the ring?
Flipping a couple cars in the parking lot. No. No. Usually I like to have a beer. Usually me and the family will go out to the diner and hang out. A lot of times, a lot of the boys from the back wind up going to the same diner. We're all chilling out. So it's a lot of fun afterward. That's usually how I like to calm down. But it is true, your adrenaline is going sky high.
Yeah.
From the moment you enter that arena and start putting on your gear to the time you leave to actually pack up and go home, your adrenaline is still flying. So yeah, you definitely got to do something to calm down.
Right.
That's usually what I do.
All right.
sure.
So, Rage, it doesn't matter who. They don't have to be a wrestler, anything like that. But who has been the biggest influence on your wrestling career?
Oh, wow. The biggest influence, I would have to say, it's a combination of people, but I would have to say, honestly, it's probably my wife. Only because the support that she had for me. I mean, she didn't marry a professional wrestler. I only got into it years after we were married, and the support and she's always in my corner. She's always, rooting me on. I mean, I could be having a horrible day or nervous about a match or whatever, and she's like, "Hon, just get yourself together. We got to get out there, do your stuff. You're the best at it." And she gives me so much confidence. So I have to say, it's definitely my wife.
That's great. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah, that's always a good to have a good biggest fan is always the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have that anchor, right?
Right,
That's
for sure. For sure. So, Rage, we do this with all our guests. It's a rapid fire round where we just ask you a question, and it's a quick question that first answer off the top of your head.
Okay.
All right. So with the first question I got, what is your, you're obviously ripped. I know that you work out a lot. What is your favorite cheat meal?
Oh, cheat meal. I'm going with your last guest that you had on here from NEW. I love hamburgers, but it's got to be bacon cheeseburgers.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. The bacon cheeseburger is where to go.
Yeah, that's definitely, that's a good one.
That's funny. Yeah, he
as
said
well
the
as
same
I told
thing.
him, that's my everyday meal.
Yeah, right.
Especially during quarantine.
Oh, it's rough.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Rage, what has been your favorite match that you've been a part of?
I've had several that I could actually say. I guess I'm not going to go into a specific match. I mean, one of the best matches I think I ever had was a ladder match. I had it against 3 other guys, and it was just all out, And that I'll be honest with you, I'm scared of heights. But I was going off the ladder, and I remember the promoter coming up to me afterward and going, "You're the oldest guy in the ring. What are you doing? Let them do that." And I'm like, "Nah, it was cool, It was cool." But that's probably my favorite match. But as far as more about it is I think, like, I go for whoever I communicate the best with inside a match. And there's several guys that I know that I've wrestled several times that are fantastic. We just, you go in there and you mix it up, and you just know you have that connection right off the bat. You don't even got to discuss the match half the time before you even enter the ring. It's already, let's go,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, people don't realize it's not just like wrestling isn't just like a sport. It's not just like an individual sport because you're working with that person that you're going against constantly. Like it's, which is a lot of people I don't think realize.
It's organized chaos.
It's organized chaos.
Yes, chaos. Yes.
It's chaos.
Like my daughter, Chaos. Yeah, and she's actually here. I mean, I could switch headphones if you guys want to ask her.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we'd love to ask her some questions.
So just give me a cue when you want me to do that.
Yeah, right now, that'd be great. Yeah, give her.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, well, we want to ask her some questions, too.
Okay, all right. Hold on one second.
Hello?
Hey, Chaos, how you doing?
Good, you?
Good. We have a couple questions for you, too. I was wondering, do you have a specific valet that you kind of model your style after when you obviously bring the pit bulls to the ring?
Yeah, honestly, I get inspired a lot by Lita from WWE, like how she just didn't mind getting her hands dirty and stuff and doing the flips. I always think that was so cool. So I like to do that kind of thing. Yeah,
she was definitely, for sure, awesome with that. Any chance we're going to see you go into the ring anytime soon? You're going to be like training, and we'll see you and potentially WWE Women's Champion?
I mean, I really wish you would, but for now I'm staying as a valet.
All right.
Very important job, the valet.
That's true. So, Chaos, tell us a little bit, like, what is it like to get to go to work with your dad?
It's definitely interesting because, typically when you hear about like young women and their dads, it's kind of like, oh, whatever, we, go golfing once in a while. I don't know. It's just like an average relationship, but it's like me and my dad, when we go out to wrestle, it's like a whole day. So right. We're putting on makeup together. Like it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, a lot of time together. I also have one more question for you. Because growing up, my dad's a retired cop, and all my friends were afraid of him growing up. And he looks nothing like your dad, by the way. Your dad is ripped to shreds. Were your friends ever like, oh, man, they couldn't mess with you because your father is ripped and could probably destroy them with one punch?
Yeah, definitely. And especially boyfriends. They would, try to hang out, and then they would see my dad, and they'd be like, I think he's going to kill me.
Yeah. Thanks, Kaos. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kaos. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
All right. I'm back.
Awesome.
All right, welcome back.
She's great. You raised a great daughter.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, Rage, if you could tell us, what is your favorite borough of New York and why?
It would have to be Queens again because that's where I'm from.
Oh,
where are you from, Queens? If you don't, can I ask that on here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm from Middle Village.
Oh, all right. I used to live in Ridgewood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I played for RGMVM Little League, so familiar with all of that territory.
Yeah. It's a good town.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Yeah. You Queens people got to stick together, I guess.
That's what it is. I don't know.
For sure. We're hurting a little bit right now, but we'll make it through.
Yep.
Definitely New York strong.
That's it.
So we have one more question for you, Rage.
Sure.
If you could pick one opponent ever, any wrestler ever, to have a match against, who would it be?
Anybody. I would have to say it would probably be, which would be interesting, would be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. That would be a match.
Yeah. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Plus, you know what it is, too? We were talking about it before. I know that after the match, I'm going to be drinking a lot of beer.
And you can steal it from him.
Yeah. So I know he'll be prepared with the beer. I'll take him out to the diner,
Oh, that would be a gimmick match. If we could put a six pack of beer on a ladder match, getting the 6-pack instead of the title.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I'm pitching it now.
Sounds good.
I like it. Rich, thanks so much. What'd you say?
Which beer would it be?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, you know what? I'm trying to watch my figure, so it would have to be Coors Light.
Yeah.
All right. For sure.
It still does the job,
It does. That's true. Rage, thanks so much for coming on. We cannot wait to see you at Big Event 19. And we are putting the promo out there for Super Nitro and JT to in the whole Brooklyn Dynasty to see. We cannot wait to see
look out for the new pit bulls.
Oh, they better. Thanks so much, Rage.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You
take
too.
Care, buddy. Be safe.
All right, take care.
Awesome guy.
Absolutely. He's a good time.
He is a good time. Can't wait to see them. Big Event 19. And we might have
this is such a great event. Like, I am so pumped to be
I'm pumped too, man. I am so pumped.
Queens, New York.
But now we're going to have a problem.
Oh, don't even bring it up. I don't even want to talk about it.
I mean, who do we root for? We just started. We just helped intensify a feud right now.
I know. It's like, and we just became Rough Rider fans too because of those interviews.
Right.
And now we have other teams.
Well, hold on. That might change next week.
That's what I'm saying. We have we got to stop picking who we like.
Yeah.
Just because we have one interview.
Yeah, we have to. You know what? That's true. We have to be not partial. We are,
absolutely
media at this point. Rage was
I think
awesome,
we're just fans of athletes at this point.